Jannik, well done. How did it feel for your first match in Turin this year?
Yeah, it's a great start from my side for this event, for this tournament. You know, considering I haven't played for 4 weeks an official match, and you know, so I'm glad that you know I managed to play this kind of level today. You know, I had in the beginning some moments which is normal, and then I found myself on the court, which I'm very happy.
Do you have anything in English?
Jannik, sorry. What is it with the way you play Alex and to have the record that you've got against him? Because he's so tough, he's such a competitor, but you've got his number.
You know, feel like every match it's very difficult to play against him. He's a great fighter. It's you know you have to earn every point you play, but I still feel like that. You know that every time we play against, he changes a couple of things. So I have to be very aware, and you know so it's very difficult. You know we don't have to see only the result, but also you know how the match goes. You know he was close also today, and in some moments then I managed to go away in the first and also in the second set. But you know if this is not happening and I don't break him back on 2-1 and he goes 3-1, it's you know the set can be over quite fast. So you know I'm just happy because you know it's a very tough match against him in any way. And so but let's see what's coming in the next times when we play against.
Giddy Nathan, Defector Media. Hey, Jannik, you have talked about when Simone first came on your team, he used to give you a lot of different technical tips after each match, and you're almost overwhelmed by the number of tips. But now it seems like you have grown a lot from this coaching relationship, and I was wondering how you two prepare before a match. Can you walk me through that process? Are you reviewing video? Does he write a few tips down for you? How does that work?
Yeah, he's you know in the beginning was something new for me, but then after you know with we got to know each other a little bit better. You know it takes time, so I started to understand him, and he starts you know to understand how I am as a player and also as a person, and how I react in positive and negative moments in the court. So you know it's of course I'm very happy how everything is going. I feel like we still have some room to improve, but still it's he gives me he watches the most of it, you know, against each opponent, and he gives me some details or feedback, and then I have to be brave as a player, trying to understand when I have to use certain things on the court, and but every day is a bit different.
One more minute.
Jannik, what are the challenges about playing Taylor Fritz? Everyone talks about his serve, but he was very good staying in the long rallies with Medvedev and today. And do you feel like he's also still improving at age 27? He's adding more things to his game every time you play him?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's felt like he has improved a lot in the past 1.5, 2 years. He's serving much better, hitting the ball very hard. He's a great competitor. Today he played a great match against Daniil, so I have to be at my top if I want to win or if I want to get close. I practiced with him in the beginning of the week, so it was a very tough also practice set or match or however. So it's gonna be tough. This I know. I know that I have to raise my level. Hopefully I can do that, and then we see how it goes.
Thanks, everyone. Alex, that was a tough match and obviously a very tough opponent. Can you walk us through the match today? Do you think you could have done anything different?
Yeah, obviously it's never easy playing against the best player in the world at the moment, so I knew I had my work cut out for me. I thought I started well, and then kind of slipped away 2 breaks. I just couldn't sustain the level that I needed today to, to beat Jannik. He's playing with a lot of confidence at the moment, and in the big points, he showed it.
Hi Alex, Sam from the ATP. When you walked onto court, you had a nice moment with the mascot. Can you talk a little bit about that? And then just the atmosphere of playing here for the first time with the Italian crowd.
Yeah, look, it was a great moment walking on court with, it feels weird saying mascot, but, a little kid. And yeah, it was a great atmosphere, exactly what I expected here in Turin. Even though everyone in the crowd was going for Jannik, it was a very good atmosphere, very respectful. I felt I even had some support myself, so it was great playing on this court, and I'm looking forward to the next matches already.
Alex, you've had wins over pretty much everybody in the top 10. But what is it? Is there anything specific about Sinner? Yes, we know he's a great player and he's number 1. But is there anything specific about him that you really struggle with?
Well, look, I think he's got pretty good head-to-heads with a lot of players. Obviously, I'm yet to get a win over him. I think his just ball speed is, in my eyes, so much higher than basically the rest of the people from both sides. He's solid. He keeps on improving. He's improved his serve so much throughout the years, and yeah, right now he's playing on some unbelievable confidence and consistency, and it's very hard to find holes in his game. So, I think in Rotterdam I did a better job of kind of exploiting a little bit those weaknesses, which was a little bit easier with my movement. But yeah, he's got an extreme firepower, and he's very consistent at the moment as well.
Hi Alex, I wanted to ask you the same thing that you already answered, but is there a shot beside Jannik's serve that particularly you noticed that improved? And I don't know, is there, now that the storm is past, how do you rate your chances to go through?
Look, I always rate my chances. I think the way I see it is, obviously, Jannik was the only player in the group who I hadn't had a win against. The rest of the players I've had some success against, so now I'm not playing the number 1 in the world anymore. So I'll be looking forward to that. And as for Jannik, there's a lot of areas of his game which I think he's constantly improved, but I would say one thing that for me really stood out was his returning. I mean, his returning, he's so long, and he covers the court so well that it's very hard to get any easy returns of your first serves.
Alex, I know it's a difficult question, but do you think they should make a final decision on Jannik's drug case before the Australian Open, or are you surprised at how long this is dragging on?
I mean, honestly, I'm just a tennis player. I've got no bearing in making these types of decisions whatsoever. I'm sure everything will happen when it needs to happen. As for Jannik, I can only say on what I know of him as a person, and even though he's kicked my ass 7 times now, he's he's a great guy. We've shared a lot of moments on the court together, and he's him and his team I've got a lot of respect for.
I haven't seen you on court since the US Open till now. How is the injury? Are you concerned at all at any time during a match? Do you have to try and maybe favor it a little bit? There was one moment in the match tonight where your arms and legs were all over the place, and just wasn't sure how you rebounded from that.
Yeah, it's been a work in progress. It hasn't been easy whatsoever. It's borderline borderline a miracle that I'm here competing and I've been able to qualify under the circumstances. But I have improved for sure. It definitely feels better and better. There's still probably a percentage to get back to where I want to be, but I'm quite close.
Hi, Alex. I'm curious about the speed of the court. What's your opinion? And also, at the beginning of the match, I have the impression that you start to try to go on the net, try to make some volley, but in the second set was not possible, almost.
Yeah, look, I think it's against someone like Jannik. You know, everyone knows how good he is from the baseline, right? So if I'm going to beat him, I'm not going to beat him from the baseline. I'm going to bring my variety, mix things up, use my variety, right? The only problem is that sometimes he makes it difficult to to do that. So he plays with a lot of depth and a lot of pace and puts the ball in awkward positions for you to really attack him or hurt him. So at the start, I started really well, and I started with the right game plan. And then I probably missed a couple shots trying to go for it, a couple unforced errors that ended up costing me and maybe giving me a little bit of a lead and be able to build confidence. And you know, he might have dropped a little bit his level, but yeah, wasn't the case. I tried, didn't work out today. On to the next. Thank you.